Today I am teaching how to make custard cream puff. First, we need 2 egg yolks. Once you see got bubbles start to pop, then can already. You want to constantly agitate it so that the egg doesn't burn and pour very slowly. Okay. You have to constantly agitate it, if not later the egg will burn. Then afterwards it will start to turn lumpy and will turn silky. Inside the fridge to rest for 2 hours. Okay, now we are making the crispy exterior. So crispy exterior, you need butter, sugar, all-purpose flour. So what you want to do is you want to add the butter in first, and you add the sugar. Then you just mix until they become into a sandy texture for you. As long as it's incorporated properly can already, then you can start to add your flour. Okay, then you start to mix. At first it will give you a sandy texture, then it will start to become lumpy, very lumpy. And after that, if you keep on mixing, right, it will start to become into a small dough. So once it starts to become dough-like, you need to take 2 parchment paper and put it in between the parchment paper and roll it out. And then you want to roll it out. Okay, if you don't have roller, you can also slowly use your hand to pat it pat until it's about like 2 to 3 mm thin. Once it's about 2 to 3 mm thin, like this, you put it inside the fridge. So 130 milliliters of water put in together with 50 grams of butter. And you just want to let the water start to bubble can already You don't irritate it too much let it slowly boil. So once you see got bubble you want to stop the fire already. Slowly add the flour slowly, a bit. This one the process very fast one. Once you put the flour only you start stir a bit or it will start to become a dough already. But you have to make sure that it doesn't burn so you have to agitate it a bit. And after that you let it rest for 15 minutes first. Then you can add the egg inside. So you want to preheat your oven until 180 degrees. So now you want to mark circles where you're gonna put the cream puff at. And you want to give them a bit more space. So what I would do is I would put a little bit of marking first, then I will start drawing. So now that it's rested for about 10 minutes, you just want to touch it. Make sure that it's not too hot to burn your egg. Then you can add your egg in already. Egg in, you can put a bit of salt inside as well. After that, you just mix it with the egg. At first, it should also turn lumpy like this. Then after that, it should turn into very silky smooth afterwards. Okay, so now that your dough is silky smooth already, you slowly put inside a piping bag. So remember just now we make the circle, right? You just push your dough according to the circle. It just needs to be like in the center of the circle. A few circles. And wait for about 18 minutes. Now we're going to make whipping cream. Instead of whipping like traditional, there's actually an easier way to do it. You get your whipping cream, pour it inside a container. Once it's all in there, you just cover it. Then after you start shaking it. You shake until it's not runny anymore. Okay, so once you shake until that it's not runny anymore, you don't hear any sound. You can open to check if it's still runny. Ta-da! If it's not, then you have whipped cream. Then you can just pour it in and you can start to incorporate your whipped cream with your mixture. So after you take it out of the oven, you want to poke some holes underneath so that you can put the custard in lah. So here is the custard. Then if you don't have a piping bag, you can just use a plastic bag, and after that you just pipe it in until you feel that it's enough. After you pipe, you just put the icing sugar as a finishing